What is going on, everybody? It's me, Severin7, and today I have a wish. I wish for a fish. This fish, in fact. We're playing Mono Blue Eluge, the Shoreless Sea. We're playing fish, we're playing wishes, gins, and just obnoxious drawing and bouncing and copying and countering and all the fun stuff you love out of Blue. So we're going to put it through 40 games in the ladder and see how it does. Let's get right into that deck list. All right, here we are. I call it Wishy Fishy because we are all about fishes and we're all about wishes. We got gins and fishes and Duelist of the Minds and then a whole bunch of things to back it up. We are basically just trying to stick a couple of small creatures like Duelist of the Mind or Haughty Djinn, get an Eluge on the battlefield. Eluge says that whenever it enters or attacks, we put a flood counter on a land and our spells cost 1 blue less for each land we control with a flood counter on it. And this is such a unique cost reduction because it is so rare outside of those Phyrexian guys from a few sets ago that reduce actual colored mana. And it allows us to play free spells on our opponent's turn, and they have no idea what we have available to us, especially with the cost reduction from Haughty Djinn as well. We can just cast some really big spells for really cheap on our opponent's turn or free completely. It's also nice because the turn that we play Eluge the Shoreless Sea, because of that reduction, as long as we get to put that flood counter on the land, we can have Shore Up or Unsummon available to protect it. And then we've also got a couple of Eddy Merc crabs in here just to take advantage of all the instants and sorceries that we're dumping into the graveyard and tap opponent stuff down to make sure that we are having a good time. 2 copies of Aetherize because this card is just bonkers against any kind of aggressive decks, token strategies, whatever it is. They just attack with a bunch of stuff. A lot of people aren't really hot on this card yet, so it's not on everybody's radar and people aren't playing around it yet. So it's a really great way to just get somebody, especially when we've got enough cost reduction from Eluge and Haughty Djinns and stuff, and we're tapped out and they think we have nothing, but we can actually still cast an Aetherize for free. Flow of Knowledge lets us draw tons of cards and put cards in put more instants and sorceries in the graveyard to power up our Djinns, and also it can make our Duelist of the Minds absolutely massive. So sometimes we just copy a bunch of Duelist of the Minds with 3 Steps Aheads or Season of Weavings or Sea Doubles, and then draw a whole bunch of cards and kill them that way. Season of Weaving, same thing. We can either bounce everything if we're really desperate, or we can just draw a bunch of cards, or we can create a couple of token copies of Haughty Djinn. Lots and lots of options. The deck is an absolute blast. It's really fun. Playing 16 islands, 1 demolition field, 4 Fabled Passages to make sure that we don't flood out, 2 Fountain Ports so that we have options for making tokens and drawing cards if we're out of stuff, 1 Plaza of Heroes to help protect Eluge. I'm fine with running this many kind of colorless lands in here too, because Eluge can just put a flood counter on them and make them into an island, which increases his power and toughness. And yeah, that's the deck. It's super fun. I've played this on the channel before, but we've added some new things since Foundations, and I just really wanted to try it again and see how it feels on the ladder. So let's get into those games. Mad Veto. All right, let us show them the fishy. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Mono goes first. Feels a little slow, but I mean, any one land and we're good. Black Cleave Cliffs. Hey, we found the land. Restless Vents for the opponent. Duelist of the Mind. Looks like it's getting cut down. He got me. Another tapped land for the opponent. Nope. None of that, please. I would really like another land before I play this Djinn. Bitter Reunion. I think I'm going to counter that too. The opponent wants to discard something. I'm not going to let it happen. Man, at this point, we got to... It doesn't die to cut down anymore. all I can ask. They want to discard them something that badly. Yep, there's the Valgaboth. There's the land. Interesting. Homa. I thought with how desperately they were going for it, I'm not gonna lie, I thought they just had it. I'm gonna pass turn and see what happens. Cavern on Dinosaur. Brotherhood's End. Okay. Duelist. Okay. Play another one. That doesn't matter. Back to your hand. Aetherize OP, man. I don't think enough people know that card exists. I know I didn't for a little while, and it was just like, what? Somebody reprinted Settle the Wreckage? Not as good as Settle the Wreckage, but it's pretty good imitation, especially considering it only costs 1 blue mana, so it can be thrown at anything. Sure. Discover. Zombify. Well, you don't have anything in the yard anymore, so GG. The fish has granted the wish. Although we didn't see the fish that game. Wet Joe. Why are you wet, Joe? Did you fall into a river? Or a lake? Or other such body of natural water? Or did somebody spray you with something? Heartfire Hero. Get Duels to the Mind down. Take our beats this turn, and then we'll start being obnoxious and disrupting next turn. Assuming they don't just lightning strike it. Opponent gets in. No blocks. like to pump or not to pump? Poor mouse got turned inside out. They're just gonna fling it at me now? Nothing like 15 damage on turn 2. All right. Can we survive the rest of the game? Sure. Nope. Nope. No, 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 no. Cool. Unsummon was like the best draw we could have asked for just now. Because now we can start getting our Eluge shenanigans on. With a free unsummon. And then we can start drawing lots of cards and countering things and copying things. Sharing and having. Sharing and receiving. Sure. Go off, buddy. Go off to the world. Block. Blockity block. Blockity block. Okay, well, I can't do anything about the burst lightning, unfortunately. So we're taking 2. Do they just have a lightning strike in their hand? Because that would be unfortunate. They plot the show off. Draw some cards. Discard, discard. Aetherize is really good here. Really, nothing? Am I willing to risk that that is a lightning strike in their hand? Or a burst lightning? If that's a burst lightning in their hand, I just die. Think we play it safe. Free life, it's not worth rushing. Heartfire Hero is fine. Show off is fine. Discard passage, discard store up. Eddie Merc Crab, tap things, and that'll do it. All right. Took us a minute, but we got there. GG, Mono Red. The fishies. I found you, opponent. Move. We get to go first. We'll try it. Get an island, get an island. Duelist of the Mind. Does it live through the turn? Entity tracker. Go ahead and bounce that. Yes, I will draw a card. We'll discard that. Yes, I will draw a card. Discard one of these haughty gins. Get in for 6. Play this. Play a gin. Ouch. Put the opponent down to 9. Spyglass Siren. 3 steps ahead is great. Opponent blocks. Counter. Token. Bonus down to 3. And this should be pretty hard for them to come back from at this point. Entity tracker. Storm Chaser's talent. Not enough, unfortunately. GG, opponent. The fish and the wish. Found you, Raspontini. I got a wishy fishy for you. Opponent goes first. Feels kind of bad, but we'll keep. Should we? Yeah, we'll keep. If it's mono red, we probably just fold, but mono black. It's that deck. Well, I don't know how much we're going to be able to do against them. I need to find an Aetherize, probably. Beating them before they can toxic us to death is the problem. If I was just worried about regular damage, it probably wouldn't be so scared, but... Yep. Opponent's gonna draw a card and proliferate. Toxic's so lame. When it gets their scry on, puts it on the bottom. Venser corpse puppet. Pass turn. So we're basically up to 6 because we know they have something that proliferates this turn. Up to 5. Eluge probably isn't even going to help us too much because of Vraska's fall. Try to counter that. Bring the ending. At least that lets us do something next turn if they do. Yep. Eluge, the Shoreless Sea. At least this kind of sort of maybe gives us a chance if they can't deal with it. They don't have a Vraska's fall, we'll be okay, but Vraska's fall we can't do anything about. Targeted removal, we're good. Is nice because it does stop the proliferate as well. Looks like they still have another one though. Oh, maybe not. Okay. All right, they're still proliferating us with augury. Going up to 6 poison. And then up to 7 because we can't block the Skull Dweller. I don't care about the golem. Surprised they attacked. They could have just honestly sat back. All right. Opponent says good game. Nothing makes me more frustrated than when the opponent gives us the early GG. They don't know what we got. Discard the extra Eluge, discard the Duelist. Alright, so we are probably still dead, but augury. Up to 8. At this point, we're just fighting their proliferate spells. Sure, that doesn't help us very much. White belly rat, sure. Pull back and see what happens here. That gets rid of 1 proliferate. Okay. If they're smart, they'll just drown and ichor their own blight belly rat. Nope. They're gonna do the experimental augury. So still have a small chance. Not a big one, but it's there. Four, 6. Yeah. Well, I really wish that had been a land, but looks like it doesn't matter. They've got to have something in their hand that proliferates for one. We tried. GG. Beaded lizard. All right, opponent's going first. This is not keepable. This is questionable. We'll try. Plains. At least we found a third land. Battlefield Forge. Emberheart Challenger. All right. Well, we're finding the lands we need, but I don't know how much good it's going to do us. Raging Battle Mouse. So it's actually Boros Mice. So I guess we'll counter something this turn. I think I'm fine with that. No. Play Eluge. Hold up, shore up. Raging Battle Mouse. Nope. That means I get to get rid of that, which is awesome. Still in dire straits. We were very low on life, but we've got decent blockers at least. All right, Mabel. That is a lot of damage coming through. Man, I literally can't block anything without dying. That sucks. Down to 5. Okay, this gives us a little bit of hope. We can counter something. We've got what, 4? I should have countered the Emberheart Challenger. What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh. If I lose this game, it's 100% my fault. Okay, well, I just wasted. Okay, we're not dead. We got there by the skin of our teeth. But I did make a mistake. I absolutely 100% forgot to counter the Emberheart Challenger. But we got there. That's all that matters. GG. Alrighty then. David Karstens. Let's show him the fish and the wish. Womp. The rest. Duelist. Forest for the opponent. And a Mosswood Red Knight. Down a Jin. Forest for the opponent. Unholy Annex. Sure. Pass the turn. Sure. Land. Nice. Archfiend of the Dross. Sure. Sure. Bounce it. Boom, boom. Get out of here, Golgari. The fish in the wish. I love this deck. GG. All right, and we're back for the post-game wrap. So, and normally I would only play 40 games, but I ended up playing 50 with this one, just because I had an abnormal amount of games where I was losing just because I never drew more than 2 lands. And, you know, I didn't think that was a fair representation. So I decided to play an extra 10 games just to kind of prove that the deck has the metal to compete on the ladder. And it does. 60%, 30 and 20, not bad at all. This deck is super fun. It is just resilient against almost everything. We had a positive win rate against Golgari, which tends to be my worst matchup, just overall in general. And just, it was a blast. I loved casting free spells. It just felt like we had so many options all the time, and just such unique ways of dealing with our opponent's threats. Aetherize turned out to just be an incredible addition from Foundations, just with the fact that it bounces all attacking creatures. It doesn't target the opponent, so unlike Settle the Wreckage, it can't be stopped by giving yourself hexproof or anything like that. And it's just great. The fish is still really awesome, and obviously Jin has proven to be a very strong card for a long time. I was really happy with Duelist of the Mind and the fact that it could help us filter through our deck as we were bouncing things or countering spells, and then eventually potentially being huge when we play Flow of Knowledge or Season of Weaving to draw a whole bunch of cards, because we can also copy these guys, end up with 3 or 4 of them on the field, and then just draw 5 or 6 cards, and they're all of a sudden 6 power vigilant flyers, which is pretty sweet. So I love this deck. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you'll take a quick moment to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Every single one of those helps. You were all so important to me. I appreciate all of you who spend this time with me and get this far into the video, and I hope that I will see you in the next one.